Hello. Hi, welcome to Strong as You Think. So I like to have these videos, or I also have it on the podcast, so that these are real simple takeaway ideas or understanding for you. And when this comes out, it's going to be around the holiday time. So I want to just share with you something really simple that I do myself, and I've also recommended this recently to a few clients and to a few other people. And I just call it 25 ideas. So sometimes we feel stuck. We don't know what to do next, or we just don't like our choices. We feel kind of like we feel stuck or just confused and hard to move forward, or we don't want to move forward because it's all bad decisions, right? I think most of us felt this way sometimes. I think the most recent time I recommended, someone was having a disagreement with their husband about what to do with the kids and feeling like, well, how can we be united and be equal partners? And we disagree so strongly on it, and seeing just that there's just this solution, his solution, or her solution, right? And so what I like to do is I recommend just writing down 25 ideas of what to do about it. See, our minds are thinking there's just a couple solutions. And I find that's a big problem with a lot of us, is that we only consider a few options when there are so many more available to us that we don't even realize we're there. And how can we utilize that if we can't even see those? So this exercise, 25 ideas, helps us to kind of explore more options. So 25 is just kind of a big number I picked out. You might want more. And I recommend that you write them down, because there's something about actually writing it, the process of getting the pen on the paper. It might be on the keyboard too. I find it to be more effective to actually write it. And then to just see it, like you could see it on your computer screen or see it on the paper. There's something more powerful about that than just thinking it. So I really think you've got to get it out. All right. And in some ways, it's even more powerful than saying it, but even if you want to say it to someone, but I like the writing it and looking at them to see them kind of all together in one spot. And I also recommend, you're going to feel stuck. You're not going to want to do it. And your brain's going to say, but that won't work. That's not a good idea. I'm done. There's no more ideas. So I recommend you write down all the most unrealistic and the most silly ideas. And why do I say that? Because it triggers your creativity. You're kind of stuck in limited options. So you've got to get out of the box. You've got to get creative. Our brains like to constrain because we have so much information available to us, right? I think most of us understand the world has lots of options, and for us to be constantly thinking of all the options would just take too much time and energy. So our brains are great. They constrain, they take the information, they take the experiences that we've had from the past and kind of create some valid options for us to decide from. And this is really wonderful most of the time, because we don't want to have all those. And so if our brain can take our experiences from the past and give us just a few options to choose from, then that really saves us a lot of time and energy, which is a good thing. But sometimes what's happened in the past is not going to serve us as well in the future. Sometimes we're making changes, and so those aren't serving us. And we can tell that's happening when we're feeling confused, when we're feeling stuck, when we're feeling discomfort. That's just a signal to tell us we need to look deeper into something. And so this is just a way to do that. So we get out of those constrained choices by just writing down all this ridiculous stuff. And might even just need to tell yourself, or even write it on the paper, I don't have to do any of these things, or I'm not planning to do any of these things right now, to just kind of give you a little more freedom to just explore. And while you might not do any of the silly ideas, you might take one little element of one of those, and it might give you an idea of something more realistic that you could do. But you kind of needed to open yourself up first. And so that's why 25 ideas. And also another reason is it's just fun. It just makes you smile. It lightens things up. What might be a really heavy situation, it might just lighten it up a little bit. So next time you maybe have this with, this argument with your partner and you can't see out of it, just start writing down other options. Do your 25 ideas, see what comes out, see what else you could be interested in, what else you could do. And it might, if you come and take these to your partner, it might actually just lighten up the mood with them too. And maybe it'll get them on board and starting to think of more situations too. So I also do this with clients that are having a hard time figuring out what they want. When we don't know what we want for our lives or what to do next, this is another really good idea for that. Just start thinking of all the silly, all the unrealistic things. And sometimes for me, I have to keep reminding myself, I don't have to do these things just because I write them down. I'm just writing them down. Just the paper. The paper is the only thing that needs this right now. So as you're feeling stuck, this is a real simple way. It doesn't take very long to do that. And I would recommend maybe doing it 2 or 3 times, because if you're not used to it, it might take a little longer at first, but some of these better ideas as you do this, you're going to kind of train your brain to think differently. And it's kind of exciting. So as you're busy right now, this is just really a simple thing that you can do that will change things. It will really open up to new possibilities. All right. Thanks for joining me. And if you want any more help with anything, as always, you can email me, you can message me, you can find me, Amy Strong Elkins Facebook, and I have those links in the show notes too. And if you want more, we can always talk about working together if you don't have a life coach. All right, thanks. Bye.